What's going on? Move the Mouse here, back in City Skylines, the town of Portsmouth, with our Let's Play Season 7, episode number 16. Pretty sure. So, where were we? I mean, we've got all kinds of traffic problems. We know about that. Maybe it's time to start thinking about transport. We don't have a ton of demand right now. And I think we might want to do some transport options. We don't want to do Metro, but man, it's the best. It is by far the best. It just doesn't fit the town, though. So we're going to do a little bit of maintenance and then figure out where we go from here. Bulldoze. Replace. Yeah, we've just got so much traffic happening. Like, I can't believe all this backup that's happening over here. This is all just residential traffic that's coming up. Back up to here. Getting stuck. And what we might want to do is connect this road directly to the roundabout rather than have an intersection there. I think that may help. So let's just do these tiny little improvements here and there. So we'll bring this road over. Where? Freeform. Something like that. And then we can connect this road over here. And maybe have like an intersection like that. Just clear some of this stuff out that we know is not zoned properly now. And rezone a little bit of that, but not all of it. Got a couple houses moving in there. And there. Leave the rest of that open. Let's see what that does for our traffic, at least right here. I think if it keeps the traffic here flowing towards the roundabout, that should help. Now, why is none of this traffic entering this intersection? This is something that I set wrong, obviously. So let me see if I can figure that out. So they're yielding. Priority on the roundabout. That's fine. What about restrictions, though? Did I set this wrong? So, okay, first of all, let's clean this up a little bit. We don't need parking on this roundabout. Number one. Number two, I could have done that just simply by actually upgrading this to a highway, I guess. That would have made more sense. Okay, so that's all upgraded now. We could make these right-hand lanes exit only. Entrance and exit only. So, for example, let's pause it. Let's see here. So, if you're not exiting, you can go that way or that way. And exiting, we don't care. You can go to both lanes. That's fine. Let's try something like that. Let's see if that makes any difference. If you're going straight, we can dump you into either lane. Let's try that. Let's try and repeat that across these intersections. This can exit. This can go to either of these lanes. And this can take the closest lane. Right lane exits to either lane, and I guess it doesn't really matter. We can exit to either lane, right? Did I do that before on the other 4 lane? Yes, I did. All right, we'll move that over there. We've created a jam here. Why is this not moving? Why are they stopped right there? That doesn't make any sense. Okay. What if we only go to that lane? Why would that break that? So right lane exits. This lane can go to either. And this one can turn in or there. Right? Do we need these to be able to go to either lane because they don't want to force exits? I'm trying to figure out. So if you are forced into this lane and then that lane only exits, that might be throwing people off and forcing them to go over here. So what if this lane could also go to there if they wanted? I don't know. I gotta get some Biffa help here. So that's at least flowing a little bit. Anyways, we're solving traffic problems that maybe we could resolve. I'm gonna do something that I did not think I was gonna do. But let's throw in a couple metro stops. Let's throw in just a couple, just to see what it does. So where are our major traffic problems? Where are people trying to get to? I'm going to do it. If we look at traffic. So this is just crazy down this strip. This strip is responsible for the majority of our traffic. So I think we do one metro line up here. Let's just see what that does. So right now we are at 65% traffic. This is moving, but not moving enough. So, what do we do? We're going to do a downtown stop. We're going to try to do a downtown stop. We'll do one just this side of the river. Hopefully people will... You know what? No, I take it back. We're going to put it on this side of the street. That way anybody walking up from the residential areas doesn't have to cross this avenue and end up creating more traffic as a result. Do I need to move this now? Did I somehow... Oh, that's not zonable there. Of course. We'll put it there for right now. And then we're going to connect kind of all these major avenues. There's so many people. We'll do a stop over here at this small, I think I said at this small, stop at the small. And we'll do another one over here at this small. Okay, and then let's get all this connected up. That's fine. Good enough. We can curve those about later on if we wanted to. This is a mom thing, by the way, a Metro overhaul mod, which at some point I want to get into, but that's going to be a completely different city. All right, we've provided a metro along one of our, by far, busiest streets. Some of this traffic, this is really problematic. I've got to do something better here other than a left-hand turn diamond interchange. These are kind of how things are, though, IRL, Portsmouth, and I was trying to make it work, but I should have known better that a town of 20,000 people will have traffic of 1 million. Something's going on there with the scaling, if you ask me. So here's what we're going to do. 3 times speed. We have a ton of residential demand. That is okay. We can spin up some new neighborhoods up in other parts of town, and then start to kind of connect things and flow them all together. We were at, what, 65? I'm going to let this play at 3 times speed for, I don't know, 5 minutes. And I'm going to ignore any problems. And hopefully nothing bad happens. But I just want to see kind of where traffic settles to along that strip now that they have one more option for getting around. If it's just that one bit of metro along that strip, I think that's okay. I don't think that's really breaking the build. But we'll see kind of where that gets to. So let's hang out here for a minute. See what happens to traffic along this strip. And see if there's any noticeable difference as people start to path towards the metro instead of to cars. And I don't think we've done much in terms of policy. How are we money-wise? 38,000? Let's do free public transport to get some people going. Let's see if that negatively impacts our budget. I don't think that it will with that kind of income happening. We are encouraging biking, but we haven't really done any kind of bike lanes or anything like that to really get people on that path. We could also do some things like pedestrian paths, and even something like coming up over here might help the people in this neighborhood get up to the... Whoa! Don't do that. So let's get a little pedestrian path connected here. Maybe up to that sidewalk, and that'll encourage people in this neighborhood to come up there. Hopefully, and take the metro. Metro looks pretty popular. So let's see. I'll give it 5 minutes and see if it settles. It might just settle right around here. But I'll be right back, and we'll see kind of where traffic gets to with just that one metro line. Can we can't see both traffic and metro usage, right? We can't, unfortunately. So where are we at? 194 per week. A couple tourists coming in. So hopefully we can get lots of people using that. But I will be right back. Let's see where things settle. And if it gets any better than 71%, which is a small improvement. But not exactly what we need. There's still plenty of things that we can do. But I just wanted to see what Metro would do. I know I said I wouldn't do it. And let me know how you feel about that. Shame on Mouse or okay just because of how bad managing a city's traffic is. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I will be right back. All right, so it's hanging around 70%. We made a small dent, but not enough. We've got to encourage people to not drive places they don't need to go. So let's do a little districting. This is definitely its own district. We'll paint this one off. Just make sure people aren't cutting through to go to places they don't need to cut through. So let's see. This industrial area seems like the trucks are all coming through there to get out to here. We would like them to funnel over this way. We've got all the recycling trucks coming through there. So this is going to be a busy throughway here. We know that because we're carrying traffic up a ways through there. So I want to separate this out on the actual road itself. And then I want to come in here to policies, city planning, Old Town is on, okay. We're going to turn Old Town on a lot of these different areas. I'm just going to do it for Badger's Island now, so that people don't cut through there. Old Town is on. Again, people aren't cutting through here, but just to be safe, to minimize any kind of traffic. And then we'll do the same thing on here on the industrial area, because they do have highway access. So this should force them to use the highway access and not cut through as much over here. Hopefully that will lighten up some of the workload on especially this road coming over the highway. I would think, but I could be wrong. We're still letting everybody drive this this main street of Woodbury and Market. Did that not get renamed correctly? Something happened when I separated them. Comes down to a 2-lane road here. That doesn't seem to be too problematic though. %. I feel guilty about the metro, but I honestly think, like, look at that. I mean, come on. Those are all people that aren't in cars right now. I take it back. They're spawning cars as they get off the metro. But it does a lot to freeze your game. What's up with that? All right. So, come on, boys. Where you at? All right, helicopter took care of it. A lot of comments about the soon-to-be fire pit. Did I district this? I did. Why do I have one district over here? Is this a mistake? I feel like that is a mistake. Now, I did mention on the last video as we were kind of doing the golf course that I had some real rough edges. This is actually a dock that's supposed to be here, which is why you see this 90-degree bend. But that's okay. Bushwood Country Club. Can't believe I didn't think of this at the time. Got a couple suggestions in the comments, but if you know this reference, you'll know that I'm going to have a hard time naming it anything but that. What's the water problem over here? Availability? Or did I not? I didn't water the end of the street? Please stay. Please stay in our town. Now, I think we could get away with a little bit more residential traffic coming through here. We don't want to get too crazy. But let's do a freeform road. This will kind of be our last big pocket of residential. Where do we connect it to? To this one. I don't know if you can hear those Xbox notifications happening in the background. Got my TV volume up. But I'm reinstalling Battlefield 4. It was one of the first games I got on the console, and I bought it on disc, so I had to dig that out of the back of the bookshelf. Let's run this through. Kind of parallel. Kind of like that. We'll do a couple neighborhoods off of here. But not too much. This is going to be This is going to be a little bit feathered out. And maybe we do one street like up this way. And then let's do the same thing over here. So we'll connect this kind of like that. And we'll zone this in, and then we'll fill it in with a bunch of trees so that there's plenty of kindling for the fires. So we wouldn't want the fires to not have any fuel. Fires are things too. Yeah, we'll just do something like that. We'll brush it. Let's get all this painted in. Just gonna pause it for a quick second because I hate when houses move in on like partially painted zones. You get a tiny little house that otherwise would have been a larger house if I'd gone back and fixed the zoning properly. Undo that. The town is starting to take shape though. And I said it before, but you got to throw some paint on the canvas. You just got to get going on some of these zones, and we can tweak them and redesign them later. But you got to kind of see what stuff looks like, or at least I do. I don't know. Maybe some people can just see it. They can just envision it. But some of this, I need to see it all laid out to then see what was wrong about my layout in my mind. Did we water over here? We sure did. Hopefully you don't mind messy pipes, but if you don't, then you're in luck. If you do, pretend you didn't see that. So at some point, what I want to do is a complete overhaul of the educational system. Because I downloaded a ton of different schools and assets, and everything from high schools to elementary to more modern stuff to modified... This looks like a modified Green Cities school. Oh, no, it isn't. It's very similar. It looked like it in the thumbnail. I love these, right? This is a high school. This is an elementary school. And then there's a high school which has a ton of that same color palette. Maybe this one. So it just looks very cool. There's some really good stuff. And I want to redesign those. Some of them actually have higher student capacity than the default built-in elements. So those will be interesting to check out. But, oh no, we got a fire happening up at the mall. Looks like they just put it out. How's our mall doing? I've got to figure out a way to do this a little bit better. I've got to figure out if I can maybe get some mall assets and then not have this parking here so that the people actually park in the parking lots. And then we'll surface paint and kind of round this out and decorate it a little bit. We do a little plaza and some fountains and stuff like that. How's our IKEA? IKEA's packed. People love to come with the massive RVs, load that up with furniture. Got our Depot and our Best Buy. Our strip mall doing well. And our Applebee's. Doing pretty good. Doing a little bit of business here. On a Monday afternoon. So I don't know how I feel. I feel very guilty about dropping in that metro, but I also feel like it's a start. It's a step. It's the city of Portsmouth doesn't have a metro. It would never need a metro at 20,000 people. But when you have 33,000 people and gridlock everywhere, I mean, I've got to redesign some intersections. I could definitely tweak some stuff. But it's so tempting to put that metro in. It made the tiniest little bit of a dent with that one line. We're at 73% now. It has greatly reduced the traffic over here on this side of the river, heading into the downtown. Over this way, still very heavy. But look at that. It's almost negated any reason for people to drive into here. One, because we put Old Town on there, but the businesses are still going to function just fine. Because people will walk it, right? Look at this footbridge. That's the other thing, too. We could do some more footbridge. I haven't really done pedestrian paths to connect, say, you know, this neighborhood over to here. That might be nice. So we could do some stuff like that. The other thing is I have these diamond interchanges, and they are just sloppy. They're not good. So if we dump these out to roundabouts or something like that, or turn this diamond into a roundabout, right? Do something like that. That might work. This highway itself technically should be elevated, and the roads can all function underneath it. So maybe we do a major highway rebuild. We've got $5 million in the bank. Our budget's still climbing up, even with free public transport. So just in the short term, I think that's going to be one of our next big projects. Maybe we can get to the point where we can pull the metro out after the fact, but this is in desperate need of some work. I think what we could do is start by bringing this bridge up. So this bridge needs to be elevated more. Give room for ships to come under. And then let's just do this one segment right now. So, how are we going to do this? We'll leave this bridge because this is going to be something I'm going to have to tune and tweak. Let's knock out this highway all the way up to the bridge. And let's reassemble it with an elevated road. Why is it going to lag out on me right now? No, don't do that. Don't do that. Let's just at least make this a little bit smoother, right? Because this is just bad. Diamond interchanges, not good. Simple, quick, and easy. Really inefficient, though, at moving traffic around. So let's do a... We're going to use this space for a roundabout. A highway-based roundabout. 2-lane should be fine. Okay, so we've got that. I wish I'd centered it a little bit better. But we can deal with that. Let me see. How do we want to do this? So, well, first, I guess, let's reverse the direction, right? Or let's upgrade it to a single lane highway. Okay. And then let's reverse the direction. So we've got that. We're just going to connect this straight in for now. This is... Wow, that's a chime I've never heard before. I have no idea what device just made that sound. And I don't have any apps open. I'm not sure what that was. Okay. So... let's get the highway over the roundabout first. I kind of need to gauge the height, though. So we can do that. Let's break out, move it, and let's fix this this slope, which is pretty aggressive. This will be another project to come in here and kind of fine-tune some of these. I just want to get this working for right now. So let's highway exit. Down to there. It's a little steep. But we can fix that later. Make this a smooth slope coming all the way down. Let's see what that... Oh, don't do that. Let's not see what that does to traffic since our highways are all backwards. And this is really just an aesthetic thing at this point. So that dumps into there and spins around. This dumps into here and spins around. This could be a little busy right here. Let's go ahead and see. Let's see what that does now. That should certainly help this flow a lot better, you would think. Fair amount of traffic heading off map from there. Basically, anybody you see on this strip is leaving the map. Let's see where we're at. I think either way, it's a good spot to break for today, time-wise. 70%. We'll keep working. We'll keep fixing all this stuff, bit by bit. Old Town makes a huge difference, right? If this isn't your destination, don't even drive through it. Find another way to get here, or find another way to get where you're going. Because if you were finding a way to get here, you could come into here. But by keeping the residential neighborhoods all in their own zone, it makes sure people aren't cutting through. I think they can cut through here, though, because of the way I have the zones. Yeah, so if we wanted, we could say, you know what? This is part of this district, and don't cut through it. I think that will affect that. It should affect it. But use the highways, use the main road, come in another way. Don't bother us. 75%. We'll see where we can get things. Again, let me know what you think about the metro. It's completely counterintuitive to a city this size in real life. And Portsmouth doesn't have one. But Portsmouth doesn't, although it has some traffic problems, and the traffic circle in Portsmouth is awful. Those from the area will know. You know, it's something that we might have to make that concession to make things look relatively sensical. We'll definitely move this around. We'll get this in a better spot. This is kind of where we should have had that traffic circle. Traffic circle will kind of be over here. But this kind of achieves the same thing. Old Town makes the biggest difference, though, and that right there may be our saving grace. We've got some power problems. Really? We haven't had to buy a power plant in a while. Where are we at on the fusion power plant? This one. We got to drop in some. We've got to drop in some of the uniques, because I did do unlock all. Where are we at? We can do... Why are these in power? Got a Wendy's sign, a McDonald's sign. I gotta figure out why those are showing up in there. Let's drop in a nuclear plant, because, for those of you that know the area, Portsmouth does get a lot of its power from nuclear. There is the Seabrook nuclear power plant. So we'll build this off into its own little area at some point. But for right now, that is going to give us, I think, a lot more power than we need. So we could probably come in here. What do these do? So we're making 1,400. We need 600. Production 240. So we could turn these off. I think we can turn all of them off, right? We're still good? Eek, okay, no. Leave one of them on. But we'll get going on some of the monuments and stuff. I did drop in the Eden project just to clean up some of the mess. They got our water pollution under control. We'll continue though. We'll continue on fighting a good fight. We'll fill this in with some trees. We do have to again redo our education system. We don't have to redo it, but I would really like to. I would really like to redo it. So let's put two. Let's do 2 elementaries here. We'll do a high school. Where can that high school go? Kind of on this main strip, maybe? Very so. That's actually very close to the last one. Does this connect? That connects up to the main road. That's perfect. So we've got one there. We've got one here and here. Do I actually need another one? I might not have needed another one over here. Again, like I said, we're going to have to revamp our educational system. Because I got a lot of redundancy. So we'll probably end up knocking all of them off the map and starting from scratch, dropping in some of the new assets so you can see some of the different buildings that I've downloaded, and we'll take a look at them. We'll continue on. Where was our highway project, our elevated highway? Right here. So we'll keep working on this. This is just this constant traffic, constant problem here. I've got to go watch a Biffa and see how to get this flowing, because this is just bad. There's too much traffic coming on here to allow this to flow in. It's unfortunate. Look at all the people. Look at all the people walking that strip. It's insane. Oh my god. All right, so let me know what you think about the metro. It's cheating. I wasn't gonna do it, but we have too many people. There's just too many people. I don't know how else to do it. If you got ideas, let me know. If you did enjoy this video, likes, comments, and shares all help the channel a lot and are greatly appreciated. If you're new here, subscribe for more and consider hitting the bell to get notifications. There's a fundraiser going on this season for Able Gamers. We're about 1/5 of the way there. I'm hoping to get $1,000 raised by the end of September. So if you've been thinking about contributing, please give us that little extra nudge and help us along the way. Give what you can if you can. But at the very least, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord to get involved in the discussion. And until the next one, this is Move the Mouse, signing off.